Hello everyone, welcome to the Stoicism and Spirituality channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that can transform the way we deal with life's challenges: internal versus external control. The question is, how can we understand what is really within our control and what isn't? Does our happiness depend on what we can control, or do we spend too much time trying to control the uncontrollable? If you've ever felt frustrated trying to change something that is beyond your reach, or wondered how to better react to life situations, this video will help you a lot. Stay with me until the end, and let's explore how understanding this difference can bring more peace and clarity to your life. First, let's understand what external control means. External control is everything that is beyond our direct reach. It's the situations, actions of others, unpredictable events, or circumstances that we can't significantly change. Example 1. Imagine you're stuck in traffic and it's congested. You could get impatient, irritated, but the truth is you can't change the traffic. You don't have control over the number of cars or what other drivers do. This is a classic example of external control. Example 2. Another example is when you try to change someone's attitude around you, like a friend or a co-worker. You can suggest, talk, even try to influence, but in the end, the decision on how that person will act is not in your hands. This is external control. It's important to understand that these things, although they can affect us, are not within our reach for direct control. And no matter how hard we try, we can't change these factors. Now let's talk about internal control. Internal control relates to everything we can directly influence with our attitudes, behaviors, and decisions. It's our reactions, our feelings, and of course, our mindset. Example 1. Going back to the traffic example, you might not control the cars in front of you, but you can control your reaction. You can choose to take a deep breath, listen to calming music, or even use that time to reflect on something positive. This is internal control. Your reaction to the situation is completely under your control. Example 2. Also, imagine a work project. You might face obstacles such as tight deadlines or unforeseen difficulties. While you can't control what happens outside your work, you can control your attitude, your focus, your organization, and how you'll react to stress. These choices are within your internal control. Therefore, internal control involves the ability to choose how to react to external circumstances, instead of trying to control what's beyond us. The key to a more peaceful life is realizing where we place our energy. Often we spend time and effort trying to control things that are out of our reach, which can lead to frustration and anxiety. Example 1. For example, imagine you have a difficult boss at work. You may feel frustrated and try to change or control them, but this will only generate more stress. Instead, you can choose how to react to that person. How will you position yourself in front of their actions? How can you find ways to improve the situation without expecting their behavior to change? Example 2. Another case is with external crises, such as an economic recession or a global event like a pandemic. These are factors you cannot directly control, but you can control how you adapt to these situations. You can look for new opportunities, reinvent yourself, or adopt new habits. This is internal control. If we focus on internal control and understand that certain things simply aren't in our hands, we can reduce suffering and deal with situations in a healthier way. Now that we understand what internal and external control are, how can we apply this in our everyday lives? How can we practice internal control to improve our well-being and our reaction to adversity? Example 1. First, start by identifying the moments when you feel frustrated. Ask yourself, is this something I can control? If so, how can I act more effectively? If not, how can I change my reaction to deal with it? Example 2. Let's imagine you're dealing with a health issue. It might be a chronic illness or some other type of limitation. You could focus on what you can't control, like the illness itself, or you can decide to control how you live with that condition. You can seek treatments, change your habits, and focus on what you can improve in your day-to-day life. This is an example of internal control. Another example would be with stress. Often, we feel stressed about things that are outside our control, like tight deadlines or external responsibilities. But by focusing on how to manage stress, whether through mindfulness, exercising, or seeking professional help, we're using internal control. The great lesson here is that by identifying what we can control and what we cannot, we can save our emotional and mental energy. Focusing on things we cannot control is a waste of our energy and only generates more anxiety. Example 1. If you spend a lot of time worrying about the behavior of others, you're expending energy on something beyond your control. But if you focus on how you can relate better to these people, how you can be more empathetic or clearer in communication, you're applying internal control. Example 2. If you're trying to predict the future and worrying about what may or may not happen, you're spending too much time on something outside your control. Practicing internal control involves being present, making conscious decisions, and dealing with whatever comes in a positive way. To conclude, the difference between internal and external control is simple but powerful. When we focus on what we can control, our attitudes, behaviors, and choices, we have more peace of mind and greater ability to act effectively. When we try to control what is beyond our reach, we feel frustrated and powerless. Now, I invite you to reflect. In which areas of your life are you trying to control the uncontrollable? And how can you focus more on what you can control? Comment below with your experiences, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on how to improve your mindset and deal with life's challenges. I hope this video has helped you see control in a different way. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who needs to hear this, and let me know in the comments. Did this video help you? Subscribe to the channel for more content on philosophy and personal development. Don't forget to watch these other 2 videos and further enhance your knowledge.